log in on this, make sure the video.
Well, we're live. Friday Night Flies coming to you live.
Relax.
With our host, Scotty Boulder.
Oh, I need to turn off my phone here before I get feedback. It just went. Oh, let's just see if we're connected and we got audio.
It's all good. It's
we're
just it's. I think
registering that we got audio.
Yeah. Some days it's a bit challenging doing the show from G+.
Yeah, I can hear it.
But we got her.
Okay.
All right, so back to the show.
All right, back in business. Okay, so it's Friday Night Flies. We're here at Spud Valley Sporting Goods in Pemberton, and Friday Night Flies is brought to you by Pemberton Fish Finder. We talk trout.
Bazinga!
Bazinga. Yeah, it's another episode. I'm doing a traditional fly again. Last week we did a Royal Wolf and an Adams. So today we're doing a Tom's Thumb. When we take you down, I've done a traditional one, and then we're going to do a little bit of an upgrade one with a hackle on it. That's all I know right now. Yeah, my brain's a little fuzzy because we've been preparing for the Pemberton Winterfest this weekend.
There it is. We're on.
And so, yeah, the Pemberton Winterfest this weekend, we're going to be doing the ice fishing for the kids. That's Pemberton Fish Finder. And,
check it out.
Yeah,
PembertonFishFinder.com.
Yeah, so we've been busy getting ready for that. So I'm a little cross-eyed from painting our tent with our phone numbers and logos and stuff, but
just getting them cleaned up. Yeah,
getting them cleaned up.
Too, I have to admit.
So, yeah.
Banging the table is not a good idea.
Yeah, sorry. Tom's Thumbs. So in the rear here, we got a traditional-looking Tom's Thumb with deer hair, and it's a simple dubbed body underneath. And then in the foreground, we got a little bit of an updated version of one. So it's basically the same principle. Get my feet off the counter so I stop shaking the camera. Same principle. We got a full deer hair with the deer hair back on it and the upwing, but I put a little bit of a rib in there because I'm doing a pale colored one, so the rib shows up, and we got some dry hackle too.
So you're making that pretty sophisticated.
Yeah, there's all kinds of. I was looking online and in all my different books. There's hundreds and hundreds of Tom's Thumbs. Everybody has their own variation, but the basic part is that it's a deer hair tail with the deer hair back and the front hackle being deer hair.
And it's an emerger.
It's an emerger pattern, yes. That's what the tail sits in the back, acting as the husk, and the rest of the body floats just inside the skim, water film. So
the camera is so bouncy tonight.
Yeah,
it's sit wrong again.
I tried to get it right on our post, but well, that'll be next season's upgrade. Upgrade is a camera holder that's not attached to our table, but that's what we got. So I'm starting here with the size 12 standard mustad hook. Tom's Thumbs, you can tie them in multiple sizes because they do represent a whole bunch of different bugs, as long as they are ones that emerge on the water, unlike dragonfly nymphs that crawl out. So hooks there. I got my thread. I'm using a brown 8/0. I would like using the 8/0s for dry flies. Tend to be on the smaller hook size, so I'm using up less thread. Always good. And yeah, I got that on there just to about the hook bend. Next is I got some dark brown dyed deer hair here. Tom's Thumbs are traditionally done with a natural colored hair, and usually a natural colored deer hair, and then a gray dubbed body. The new ones, you start getting all different kinds of colors. So I got myself a little tail nipped off here. I'm gonna make sure I get all the down out, and I'm gonna drop it in my hair stacker. Give her a couple shakes, getting all your hair tips all evened off. Now, the length of the tail is to be a full hook shank length. And I'm going to be using a little bit of thread wax doing this fly. So I just want to put a little bit on there. Helps to keep that deer hair from spinning. Holds it all in on top really nice. So I'm going to go around once, twice, and then I'm going to pull up. Pulling up helps versus pulling down if you're going to snug up your deer hairs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosely trap all this in here. Work my thread towards the eye. Now I can pull it tight. And we're going to get rid of all this tag ends. Off she goes. Shorten up my bobbin here. Okay, so we got that deer hair tail in. I'm going to bring that thread back. I'm not doing it too tight. I want those deer hair fibers to kind of trap some of the air in it. It helps to add buoyancy to this pattern.
Yeah, you want to ride them high and dry.
So we got that in there. So the one little embellishment that's not on a traditional Tom Thumb is a bit of a rib. And I got this red tinsel thread here. I just think it's a nice little addition. It's pretty simple to do. So I'm just going to tie that in right at the base of the tail. And then next we're going back to deer hair again.
The camera's
bouncing all over the place. We'll try and re-rig it between the episodes. So
it seems like you can breathe on it. It's moving.
For the next batch of deer hair, I'm doubling my thickness or amount of what I have.
Right down. Put that down piece right under the lens.
And again, I'm going to get it in the hair stacker.
Stacker, baby. I love stacking it. Stacking it, baby.
Stacker down. Get all your tips together. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is get my length again. So this time we're going to be measuring this the whole length of the fly. So we want our tie-off part to be at the eye of the hook and our feathered end of the deer hair to be at the end of the tail. Now we're going to take that right back, the back of the fly. Again. Apply a little bit of wax in there. These random threads. So 1, 2, hold your bobbin up, pull it tight. It's going to help keep it from spinning around. And then once again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to trap all these deer hairs.
So much background noise.
Stock in.
Like rain dripping down.
So make sure you check where the eye of your hook is.
Yeah, it runs down the inside so it doesn't
Pull that nice and tight. And I'm going to get rid of all this.
the stragglers. Straggler.
You don't want to tag ends. Alright. Once again, we're going to work our thread back to the tail. And I'm just going to pull up my hair so I can see, make sure my tail's right in on the top. Hold your tail straight, make sure all this deer hair that you've just tied in is straight. And then you've tied it in right to the base of the tail. Get that nice and tight in there. Yeah. Alright, so next we're ready for our dub body. I got myself a pack of dry fly dubbing here. I'm using this really pale, it's called Hendrickson Pink. There's also light Cahill or light Cahill. Cahill. Either one does. Want a lighter body.
Jada patata.
Jada patata.
You guys have more than this.
Get a nice little dubbing bead going on there. You want this dubbing to be on there nice and tight so that when you do your your wraps with the red tinsel that it doesn't just disappear. All right. And then we're going to dub up. Freaking hungry. Just need another little pinch. Okay, so we got that dubbed body in there. I'm going to grab my red tinsel. The deer head will keep spinning on you. Difficult for me tonight. There we go. You don't need a lot of rib, just a nice little embellishment. It's going to show up on the underbelly, underbody. Now before I take this deer hair and fold it up and over, I'm going to attach my hackle. So I got some dry fly hackle. It's not a very big one because I got a small hook here. I'm going to get that tied in right at that dubbing spot. There we go. So that hackle's in. It's just hanging off the back. Just going to get it out of the way.
Well, that fly is coming together nicely, Scotty. I'm
next
loving
is
it.
the delicate procedure of getting that shell back without grabbing all of your tail. They are different lengths, but they're still close enough.
No such thing as a perfect fly either, my friend. They all work just as well.
All right, so I got it all nice and separated. I want to pull it nice and tight. We want to make sure that we keep all this stuff on the top as much as we can.
Bingo bango.
Couple wraps right in there.
Pull her tight.
Pull it nice and tight.
Oh, it's amazing how that just comes together.
Force it up, get a couple wraps right in front.
There. You are definitely
Nice and
leaving
tight.
that fly with the fish finder.
So the next is, oh, my hackle just fell out.
Dang.
Dang. So I'm going to try and get that tied in again.
The recovery.
Yep. Happens sometimes, but whatever. No point crying over spilt milk. So I just reattached my hackle. I'm going to do a whole bunch of really nice wraps right behind that deer hair wing. Nice and full. And then tie it off.
You could probably play with a few different variations and like tipped hackles and stuff too. I bet would be just amazing.
All right, so that hackle is tied off. Get rid of the tag. I'm gonna give this little whip finish.
You got one straggler kicking up the back end there.
Yeah, we'll clean them up.
Yeah. Putting that whip finish right up on the eye of the hook. Buddy, that is a beautiful, beautiful Tom Thumb. Boulder specialty right there, baby.
Nice little whip finish. Boom.
Yeah, and the earthquake.
And yeah, we just check it here. Any unwanted deer hairs, just nip them right off. The nice thing about it,
But that's a great shot of the underbelly of that fly too.
so you can see
Shows
the
rib.
underbelly.
Oh,
So
buddy.
that's why I like doing the rib on the light colored
Yeah.
bodies,
Beautiful.
because it shows up really nice. Yeah, this fly is going to ride really nice and high. That's why I like adding the hackle. It kind of pops it up a little bit and forces this tail down just inside the skim of the water. And that's my Tom Thumb. That's my take on a traditional fly that should still be in your box. Still produces.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out this summer.
Yeah, I really like this one. It's nice. Eh?
Yeah, definitely. Even if you went like with an olive or maybe a red or different color bellies too. I mean, like a hot red.
Oh yeah.
Would be
There's
good.
one that I have blue deer hair.
Yeah.
And I do a it's a maroon body and a blue deer hair. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's unusual. It's like an attractor Tom's thumb.
Like a laser dub or UV dub in the body, and then
that would be
comb it
fun
out a little
too.
bit too.
Yeah.
Maybe fuzz it a bit.
So yeah, you can definitely play with it. Do all kinds of colors. Yeah, I do ones with they kind of mimic the yellow dunes.
Done. Yeah,
Done.
You're done right now.
Yeah,
Finished.
The yellow done. So I do a yellow deer hair with a paler body. Like you can just change it up. Yeah.
We're gonna go up top.
Go up there.
There he is.
On Boulder. Thanks for joining us. Friday Night Flies. Scotty Holmes is going to be up next with a fantastic fly. I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's going to be great. So yeah, check us out, PembertonFishFinder.com. And if you live in the area, come by a Sunday to Pemberton Winterfest.
Pemberton Winterfest.
Pemberton Winterfest.